This is a Dalarna University production.
Welcome to Arabic 1 and Lesson 15. Today we're going to talk about time adverbials, sun and moon letters. Time adverbials. The A case, as we've seen, is used for many different reasons. A couple of weeks ago we saw it as the marker of the object of a sentence, marking the word that is the object. Today we're going to see how the A case can be used to show at what time something is happening. And when it's used like this, it's called a time adverbial. Time adverbials are formed by nouns denoting a special time of the day, for example, like morning, evening, afternoon, night, and so on. And from this normal noun, like a morning, an evening, an afternoon, you add the double fatha at the end, tanween fatha, and all of a sudden you have a time adverbial. So instead of sabahun, a morning, any morning, you say sabahan, and it becomes in the morning. It can be used to say in the morning, I always brush my teeth. I got dressed yesterday in the morning, etc. What you have to think about is again a question of translation, as it often is, because in English we need to use 3 words for this: in the morning, during the morning, for example, but in Arabic it's just a change of the last 2 vowels from sabahun, a morning, to sabahan. It works with masa as well, masa'un, an evening, masa'an, in the evening, during the evening. We've seen before that a ta marbuta is strong enough to carry the double fatha. And we can see here that the hamza can also carry the double fatha, whereas most of the letters need an alif to help them, like the ha in sabahan. We're going to see on the next page that there are of course other words for time as well, and place, without the double fatha. But the first row is giving us some of these time adverbials. Sabahan, in the morning, dhuhran, in the afternoon, asran, in the late afternoon, masa'an, and laylan, in the evening and night respectively. But there are of course other words to denote when and where things are happening, like yesterday, ams and al-bariha, and where things are happening, like sharq, gharb, and so on, east and west, and also yamin and yasar, right and left. One important thing in Arabic, which we haven't talked about before, are the division of the letters into sun and moon letters. When we have read up until now, we have read every letter like they are written on the paper in front of us. So we have read, for example, al-samak. Okay? Now, to be able to read that, you need to have a little pause between al and then change the position of your tongue to be able to say samak. Okay? If you try to say it very quickly, you realize that it's difficult. It doesn't happen. What happens is that the L disappears. So what you say is as-samak, as-samak. And when you say that without the L, it's much easier. Try. Al-samak, as-samak. Much easier. And because of that, there is this rule in Arabic that half the letters are sun letters, half are moon letters. The letters that you can see in front of you on the screen now cannot be pronounced together with L, or if you pronounce them with an L, it's difficult, cumbersome, and you need to have a little pause in between. The sun letters are sin, shin, sad and dad, and ta, and that and lam, nun, ta, tha, dal, dhal, ra, and zay. And why is this important to know? It's important to know when you speak and when you read that you pronounce things correctly. And because al, the definite article, is added to all these letters, you need to know when and when not to pronounce the L. So instead of saying al-samak, as we've done up until now, we say as-samak, an-nur, ash-shajara, at-tayyar, ad-dabit. Okay? So you can only hear the a and then the first letter of the word, sin for samak, noon for nur, etc. is almost doubled. So as-samak, and that's why the little shadda is added. So when you have a sun letter, when you're not expected to read out the L, a shadda is added on the letter, and you double that and skip the L. As-samak, an-nur. These are 14 letters. The other 14 letters are the moon letters, of course. The moon letters are fa, qaf, kaf, mim, ha, wa, ya, alif, ba, jim, ha, kha, ayn, ghayn. With these letters, there's no problem to pronounce the L in front of them. Al-bayt is very easy. Al-kalb, easy. Al-medina, al-yawm. Because the position of the tongue where you pronounce L is at exactly the same place or very close to the place where it should be when you pronounce these letters. Al-bayt, al-bayt. Right? Now to show that the L is pronounced, a sukoon is added on the L to show this. Now, if you're unsure if a letter is a sun or a moon letter, you can always try to say them quickly after L and see how it goes. If it feels problematic, it's probably a sun letter. If it's easy, it's probably a moon letter. The names sun and moon letter comes from the word shams for sun, starting with sheen. You cannot say al-shams, doesn't work. A shams. And qamar, meaning moon, al-qamar is very easy to say. Al-qamar. And that's where the name comes from.